Hey Alexa, open blinds.
Okay.
This is pretty cool, huh? Today I'm going to talk about these Weffort blinds that I've got. They're obviously motorized. They work via Alexa. I have a remote control that I can use. Now, I don't usually do products like this. Now, I have done blinds before. I just kind of did uppers, and now I've got this whole room figured out, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to tell you about these blinds. I'm going to tell you how to install them. I'm going to tell you how to program them, and I'm going to tell you how to use them. Stay tuned. So these blinds arrived to me safely. They were individually packaged. They were well wrapped in bubble tape and foam. Yeah, you get an instruction manual, everything you need, the hardware, all of that to install these things. Each one of them came with a solar panel, and it was in the box with the blind. They were actually even pre-programmed to the remote, and everything was labeled on the remote itself. On the blind itself, so I knew which number on the remote it kind of paired to. And I actually changed that via programming because that's not how I wanted it set up. So really easy to do, and let me just talk a little bit about the installation. Now, the installation process for these blinds was actually pretty simple. If you're handy at all, this is absolutely something that you can do. The only exception I would say is if you have really high windows, you're not great with ladders, then you may want to call someone. But basically, you're going to need to measure your windows before you order the blinds. And when you measure the windows, measure at the top and measure at the bottom, because not all windows are square. And be precise, measure all your windows. Even if you think they're the same size, they might not be. I have a couple of windows that look like they're the same size, but one of them is a 1/4 inch smaller. So if I didn't measure that properly, my blinds wouldn't fit. So after you've measured them and you've ordered them, again, the installation, not hard at all, right? So these brackets that come with the blinds, they're really easy to use and install. Basically, I measured 6 inches from each corner from the window. From the edge of the window, install the brackets, make sure that they're even and level, and then basically the blinds just snap into place. Now, before you actually hang the blinds, I would recommend you set the remotes up controlling the blinds that you want to control. So figure out which one you want to be number 1, which one you want to be number 2, 3, 4, and so on, and set that up before you hang the blinds. I just find that to be the easiest process, or the process that I would recommend. So do that. Now, if you're going to set it up with Alexa or anything like that, then actually I did that after they were hung, and that was easy enough because you can do all of that from the remote. The instructions are pretty darn clear, and follow them. And depending on which blinds you order from Weffort or Shades or whatever you get, the process, the buttons might be slightly different, but either way, they're all pretty darn easy to program and to install. Now, the remote here is pretty simple. You can basically choose which blind you want to use. I believe this is up to 15. You can put them in groups. Up, down, stop is very simple. You can even program this remote after the blinds are up. Now, I have this set so when I hit 1, actually I have them set to a group because that's what I'm going to do. These 3 here on the lower level all go down at the same time, and I can see that one didn't happen. I'm just going to hit down again, and boom, now it is working. Like, that is the worst thing that could possibly happen, is they don't accept the command right away, so you just hit it again. Now, I'm going to keep this remote in a drawer because I don't need to use it. I'm going to show you why. These blinds behind me, I don't really use this remote. I've programmed these blinds to work via Alexa on sunrise and sunset. So these things open up every morning 30 minutes before sunrise and close every night 30 minutes right after sunset. Pretty cool. So I just kind of put this remote in the drawer over here, my coffee cabinet, just in case I need to operate them. But yeah, these, I just want them to work automatically. And I can kind of set the blinds how I want to operate, which ones I want to do what. So for example, this one here, I want that one pretty much closed all the time. So I didn't include it in the operation. And these ones that are up high, also not included in the operation because I basically want them open at all times. The only time I close these blinds is if it's really sunny. Sometimes on Sundays when I'm watching football here, gets in my eyes. So I'll close those upper blinds, which I put on a separate remote. So you can kind of program these things however you want, which is really cool. And no, I don't have to get a ladder to get up there and program them. I can just pop open the back of the remote and program them from the ground, which again, really cool. So another thing you may notice is that when these go up, I don't actually have them go up 100% of the way. I program them to stop, and that's because if we get closer, you can kind of see that behind there, yeah, see in that corner there, I've got these attached to solar panels, and my wife wasn't a big fan. It's just a little bit bigger than the unit itself when the shade is all folded up. So I have them stop just a little bit short, and that's a really easy thing to program. Again, just some clicks on the remote from the ground and we're good to go. Now, the biggest complaint I have about these things is right there. You see that green flashing light? Yeah, my wife's not a big fan, and that green flashing light happens when they are charging. So letting me know that my solar panel is working. Yeah, these are solar paneled programmable shades. They're pretty awesome. I don't have to plug them in. A lot of these shades, you have to kind of run a cord and attach a power bank, or you have to hardwire. You charge them over time. These guys, they charge every day, and I can just set it and forget it, which is pretty darn cool. So it's really nice. Yeah, I think I might just grab a piece of tape and throw it in the corner. So yeah, these shades from Weffort, I'm a big fan. Now they are the less expensive brand from Smartwings. So my upper shades up there, they're Smartwings blinds, but they're compatible and they work together. Yeah, lots of different options. Definitely something I would check out if you're in the market for something like this.